welcome back. Oh, it's so annoying. Let's do that again. I don't know how to start this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. That's much better. For today's video, I am going to be doing a question and answer video. I had you guys ask me questions last night on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram yet, my Instagram name is right here. But yeah, I had you guys ask me some questions that you want answers to on my Instagram last night, so this video is going to be answering all of those questions. So without further ado, first question is, what is my skincare routine? Well, I don't have a skincare routine. I know that sounds bad. The skincare routine that I have had doesn't consist of a whole lot. I use a, just like a mild cleanser. I believe it's from Clean and Clear. It's like the yellow and purple bottle. Just a really mild cleanser, but still like gets all of that gunk off my face. I wash my face like double. I wash my face like every night, obviously, when I'm taking a shower. I wash it once, rinse, and then wash it again and rinse because there's still so much makeup on my face usually at the end of the day. I don't go like full glam makeup look every single day because homegirl ain't got no time for that. But when I do take off my makeup, I find that like just rinsing one time isn't enough. But you do have to be careful because some of the cleansers are really, really harsh on the skin. I've used a couple, well, I've used one from like Neutrogena, which was super good and like cleansed my skin really well, but it was so drying that I had to stop using it, and I also had a reaction to it, so that was just a bad experience. But yeah, I don't really have a skincare routine. I just use like a mild cleanser. I get facials every now and then. And then I also will like spot treat my skin whenever, like my skin just recently has not been well at all. I hardly have any makeup on today, and I'm also so pale. Okay, let's just talk about that for a second. I literally look like a ghost. Okay, but yeah, I do spot treat my skin where I have breakouts. I use the Mario Broscu, which is like the most popular, I feel like, spot treatment. It's from Ulta at $17. It's in a little tiny little pink bottle. I use that overnight if I ever have any like skin breakouts that are coming through or that I just want to get rid of in a timely manner. So yes, that is my skincare routine. Okay, next question is, what message would you give to a new makeup artist coming into the industry? Oh, that's a good question. My message to a new makeup artist would probably have to be try and get as much practice as you can. I know just from like when I started working on all my really good friends, and I thought like, wow, I'm so good at this. Like, this is honestly fire right now. And I go back now and I look at those pictures and I'm like, why did anybody let me touch their face ever? Like, why? But I think my advice would just to be just to get as much practice as you can, because practice really does make perfect. I know that's such a cheesy line, but the more practice you have, the more experience you have working on multiple faces, multiple skin tones, multiple skin types, like all of that really helps you in the long run. Because I mean, if you're a makeup artist and you want to like be doing, you know, weddings or parties or events or whatever it is, you're more than likely going to be working on so many different faces and so many different types of women, that, you know, not all one person is the same, obviously. So I think just my biggest thing, if you're just starting out or you want to like become a makeup artist, is to get as much practice as you can. Even though you're probably gonna suck when you first start, that's totally fine because everybody does. I did. I've always been into makeup, I've always been into beauty, but when I started doing makeup on other people, I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I had no clue what I was doing, and I just had to learn from like experience. So get as much experience as you can. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite place to buy clothes? Honestly, Forever 21. I know that's like so basic, and I feel like everybody shops there, but they have really cute clothes. For me, I'm not really super materialistic. Like, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like, I don't necessarily need like brand name stuff. Like, I'm just not that kind of person. I love just finding cute, affordable clothes where it doesn't like break the bank, you know what I mean? And I am one of those people, I love shopping. Like, shopping could be a full-time job for me because I do it so often. But I feel like I want to be able to buy new clothes often and not feel like, wow, I'm spending $350 every time I go to the mall, every time I go shopping, you know? And I feel like Forever 21 has really, really, really cute stuff at a really good price point. So I usually buy all of my clothes there. I also do a lot of shopping at Ross and Marshalls and TJ Maxx, stores like that. And I feel like they have like a bad, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, you shop at Ross? Like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I shop at Ross because they have really cute stuff. And most of the time I'm wearing stuff on camera or like in a video or whatever, and you guys are like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that? And I'm like, Ross. So they just have really good stuff, and also at a very good price point in my opinion. But I think my all-time favorite store is Forever 21. Next question, what is the most important thing that you look for on a client before doing their makeup? Ooh, that's a good one. I think the one thing that I look at like first and foremost is their skin type, because most of the time, like if they have like dry skin, I like to prep the skin. I always start with eye makeup. So no matter who I'm working on, I always do their eyes first because I like to avoid like fallout if I'm doing like a dark look or whatever. But I always look at the person's skin because if they have dry skin, I like to prep it before. So I'll put a moisturizer, let that kind of sink and soak in. I'll put a primer, let that kind of like work itself in there. And then by the time I get to their face like prepped and primed and ready to go, if that makes sense. So I think definitely looking at the person's skin is the first thing that I do. Okay, this person asked, what is your eyebrow routine? Yours always look amazing. So I actually get a lot of questions about my eyebrows, and I don't know if I've said this on my channel before or not, but I used to have, and let's just, okay, we can just like, I think you can see I might not have a hat on, but I used to have a unibrow when I was little. Yes, I know. I'm just letting it all out right now. Also, if you look on my Instagram page, I think it's kind of a bit farther down, but I did this whole post about like my eyebrow transformation through the years. They were so hideous. Like I had full, really full eyebrows, and then I plucked them and cut them and trimmed them, and they were lines. I basically did everything that you're not supposed to do to my own eyebrows, and I thought they looked so good. I just didn't want to have a unibrow anymore, so I just tried everything I possibly could to get rid of them. But now they have obviously grown back and they're not little lines on my face. But I get them, to get the shape of my eyebrows, I did threading. So I went to like one of those little threading places and got the shape, and I feel like the threading places like shape them really well. I couldn't tell you the name of the place I went to because I don't remember. Now I pretty much keep them up on my own. Every now and then I will get them waxed just to like really get a nice cleaning. But for the most part, I use those little like twinkle razor things. I think they're called Tinkle? That sounds weird, but I'm pretty sure they're called tinkle razors, and they're just like, they kind of like will clean up your eyebrows, like your eyebrow hairs and stuff, and then I just pluck the ones that are like too hard to get with that. But yeah, I have the girl who does my eyebrows, her name is Olivia. I will leave her contact information in the description box below, but she does a really good job. She does a really good job shaping them and just like filling them in and like making them like the shape that I want. So I mean, definitely having a good eyebrow specialist is good. But as far as filling them in, I usually just use like a pencil. I will fill in like the sparse areas, and then I'll go in with a powder and just like fill in with a powder. So that's what I do. Okay, next question is, how long have you been doing makeup? I have been doing makeup, I started in January of 2015, so just over 3 years. I've been working on bridal parties, I'm pretty sure, for just over 2 years. I wanted to try and get as much experience as I could before I like went full on into like doing bridal parties and, you know, wedding makeup and stuff like that, because that was like a huge step for me. But yeah, I've been doing makeup since January 2015 is when I like started my journey. That's when I was like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm gonna do, and then I went for it. Okay, next question is, oh wait, she has 3. What is your favorite store to shop at? Oh my gosh. I love Forever 21, like I said, I really love that. But I also love, I love Hobby Lobby. Oh my gosh, I love Hobby Lobby. And I love like Marshalls and TJ Maxx because they just have everything, but I also obviously love Target. I'm such a Target girl, I'm a Target-aholic. I just made that up. What tips do you have for ladies who want to start freelancing? Ooh, that's a good question. I think if I had tips, my first tip would be to save your money because makeup is so expensive. Especially if you want to have like a kit and you want to like be working on other people, makeup is not cheap. I can't even tell you how many dollars I've spent on makeup and stuff like that, because you have to take into consideration, you have to get different colors, you have to get different, you know, like foundation shades, concealer shades, you have to get a bunch of different palettes, and you know, you try to get you try to get as many things as you can to be like as versatile as you can possibly be, because you're gonna be working on so many different people. So my first tip would probably be to save your money because it's expensive. It's a very expensive hobby which can turn into a job if that's what you're wanting to go for. So definitely save your money, and also, like I said earlier, get as much experience as you can. My biggest thing is, people sometimes ask me this, they're like, how much should I start charging? Like, I'm just starting out, blah, blah. Don't charge them anything, because if you don't know what you're doing, I feel like that's kind of not fair for you to be like charging. At the same time, I understand that makeup costs money, but when I first started freelancing, I would have people bring me all of their own products, and like the problem with that sometimes too is people don't have the right stuff. Like maybe they don't have the right color, maybe they don't have the right shade for their like skin tone. It happens, but if you're trying to like just get the experience of working with different products and different people and different faces, I would say have them don't charge them, first of all, but then I would say to, you know, use their stuff instead of like buying a crap ton of stuff and like not really maybe not knowing what to do with it yet. Sorry, there was something floating right here. But I would say use the client's products, use the stuff that they have, so then that way they can learn to use like what they have. So they don't have to say, you don't have to tell them like, okay, here's what you need, go out and spend $500 on like all of this stuff because, you know, it's expensive. So that's probably what I would say is I didn't charge people when I first started because I didn't know what I was doing, you know, so I wanted to just get that experience before I was like, okay, fork it over. You know what I mean? Things to think about. Alrighty, the next question is, I love the way you do makeup. How did you get inspired to start doing makeup for others? Thank you. I got started doing makeup, like I said, in just over 3 years ago, and I was actually in the Target aisle, and I was just like, I had to buy like new makeup and stuff because that was when I bought all my stuff at, oh my god, my lash. Sorry. That's when I bought all my makeup at the drugstore, like just at Target. And I was standing in the aisle and I thought, you know, I think it'd be really fun to just like buy new stuff. Like I'm just gonna throw out everything I have and I'm just gonna start over. Like I'm just gonna buy a new product and just like try it out and see how I like it and all that stuff. Just kind of experiment with new things. And so I went home and I like was trying on all this makeup and I thought, wow, this is like so much fun, like finding new stuff and like figuring out like new ways to do things and like new products to use. And I think that's kind of what like made me feel like I kind of want to start doing this like on a regular basis. Like if I started working on people and like I knew that I was gonna have to figure out like different ways to do things, and I love like learning. I feel like that's what I love most about makeup is because it's never one thing. It's always changing. It's always like something new. It's always fun. It's always exciting, and there's always so much to learn. Like I feel like I just never stop learning in this industry, like, which is so cool. And I think that's probably what started, like what made me want to start doing makeup on other people is just the fact that I wanted to like learn more about how to do stuff. And I obviously love makeup. I love applying it on people, on myself. I love doing videos and stuff like that. I think I wanted to just find out, you know, how I could better myself and how I could better the skill and the skills that I need to do makeup. So I think that's probably why. Okay, next question is, how did you first get into freelancing? What are some tips you've learned along the way regarding freelancing and being prepared for clients? I feel like some tips that I've learned is to really plan ahead. I feel like once I have like a wedding coming up, I'm like that whole week, I'm like, okay, do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have enough lashes? Do I have enough mascara? Do I have enough, you know, like you just always are trying to like go over everything in your head. But I definitely would say like being prepared, and if you're not like an organized person, like start trying to be organized, because once you go out and you're freelancing and people are relying on you for something as like big as like getting them ready for their wedding or getting them ready for prom or getting them ready for formal or whatever it may be, it's like a lot of pressure, and it can be a lot of pressure. And when I first started, I was always like, oh my god, am I doing it right? Like, am I okay? Like, you know, I was trying to like, I don't know, always second guessing myself. But I think some tips, like I kind of mentioned earlier, is to like save your money. If you want to do freelancing, it costs a lot of money as like a startup thing, because you need so much product and you need so many things of everything. Like you just need multiples. It's like you're buying stuff in bulk. It's literally like I can't even tell you how many foundation tubes I have in these drawers. Like it's ridiculous. But you just have to really be prepared for like how much money you're gonna spend if this is something that you want to get into. It's not cheap. The more experience you get, the more you can obviously like you can start charging people. I think when I first started, I charged like, oh my gosh, like $35 or $40. Like, and that was like the base, like this is, you know, you can have me do whatever you want. And like now, obviously, years later, my prices have changed, but you have to be really realistic when you first start out, in my opinion, because like you can't be like, okay, day one, I'm gonna be a makeup artist today and I'm gonna charge $125. Like it just doesn't work like that, because people are not gonna pay that. But I think, yeah, those are probably my two biggest tips. Another tip that I really have is to take pictures of your work, because I think that is how like I came to be like where I'm at now, is through Instagram. And people, you know, some of my friends are always like, why do you take Instagram so seriously? Like you're so dumb. And I'm like, because that's my job. It's like literally my job. That's how I make money. It's like through Instagram. Not like literally through Instagram, but because I post pictures of clients and like, you know, whatever I'm doing. You know, people really get to know you through social media and they really get to see your work like firsthand. So I think that's definitely like, if you want to like take this thing seriously and you want to be a freelance makeup artist, I'd create create your own like personal beauty account. Like I don't know. I have mixed feelings about like linking it to like your main account. Like if you're just like posting about like, here's my margarita on a Tuesday. Like I think if people are gonna want to like see your work, like you should have something separate. That's what I kind of did when I first started. Like I just had my makeup page and I didn't have like another Instagram. And now like I kind of mix things every now and then, but I have like my one for like, here is my work makeup, here's my work Instagram, and then I have another one where it's like, here's my margarita on a Tuesday. But definitely utilizing social media was so big and so important for me, and really helped me tremendously in getting my name out there and having other people see my work, and having, you know, that's just how I built up. I wouldn't say a clientele, because it's not necessarily like I don't have too many repeat clients, just because like you really don't get your makeup done for like a wedding like multiple times. I mean, maybe you do, but like, I mean, think about it. If you're a bridal party, like how many weddings are you really in? You know what I mean? Like you just don't know. Like it's not like hair where you have to get it done like every 3 months. Makeup was kind of a little bit different, but like I did get my name out there and people started knowing me more because of social media. So I would definitely say to utilize social media as well. Okay, just a few more questions here. I have a question about spray tans. I rarely get them, so I never know what's the best way to prep your skin for them. What do you suggest? Okay, so I get spray tans very regularly. What I do is I make sure to exfoliate my skin how do I say this? The 2 days before I get my spray tan. So like typically I get my spray tans on Thursday, so I'll make sure to exfoliate my skin in the shower on Tuesday and on Wednesday night. And then I usually just shave like the night before. So I'll exfoliate my skin and everything on Tuesday, and then I will exfoliate and shave also on Wednesday. That's like the best way. That's how it works for me. Exfoliating your skin and like obviously shaving is just gonna make everything go on smoother. I'm not like a skincare expert, so I really don't know like the technical terms for everything, but I do know that exfoliating really helps the tan to like stick to your skin better. And I exfoliate too primarily because I have a tan on from like before. Like I'll already have a little bit of like tan. Like I can usually always see it like on my arms right here. I don't know if like you can really see it, but like you see like it's white right here and then it's like dark. It's because that's like the tan. So I try to like exfoliate my skin so that the new tan will stay on, and to also get rid of the old tan. So that's what I suggest. Okay, the next question is, what are your favorite nude lipsticks? Actually, this is the last question. My favorite nude lipsticks, let me grab them. Okay, my number one favorite nude lipstick is this one right here, and this is from Tarte. And I will show you up close what it looks like. This is called Rum Punch, and I feel like it looks so good on everybody. And I just love lipsticks like that, you know? So this is what it looks like, and I will swatch it for you. Okay, so this is what Rum Punch looks like. I think it's just like a really pretty pinky nude, but like not too pink, not too nude, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't like lipsticks that are too pink, and I don't like lipsticks that are too like brownie nude. I also love Cream Cup from MAC. This is more of like a very pinky nude. Can you even see that? Okay, wow. Yeah, this is Cream Cup. I love to put like a lip liner, like Whirl, or I don't even know which other ones that I have, but I usually use Whirl, and then I will like line them with Whirl and then put Cream Cup on top of it. And then I also love Anastasia Beverly Hills Pure Hollywood. That's a really good one. Alright guys, so that is all the questions. I hope you guys really enjoyed this Q&A video. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!